Welcome to Religion Unpacked, the religious history of New Year's resolutions. Explore the surprising origins of this annual tradition. Introduction: The Annual Promise. Every January 1st, billions of people around the world make a solemn vow. This year, I'll eat healthier. This year, I'll exercise more. This year, I'll save money, read more, learn a new skill. New Year's resolutions. It's a global ritual, a fresh start, a promise to ourselves that this time we will be better. But where did this deeply ingrained human tendency to make pledges at the turn of the year come from? Is it just a modern trend? Or does this annual promise-making have ancient, even religious, roots? From Babylonian gods to Roman consuls, from Jewish introspection to Christian repentance, the act of resolving to improve has a surprisingly profound and spiritual history. Let's unpack the religious history of New Year's resolutions. Part 1. Ancient Babylon. Oaths to the Gods. Our story begins over 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia with the Babylonians. Their new year wasn't January 1st. It was celebrated in March, coinciding with the spring equinox and the planting of new crops. This festival was called Akitu. During Akitu, which lasted 12 days, the Babylonians made solemn promises to their gods. These weren't just personal goals. They were oaths to repay debts, return borrowed items, and reaffirm loyalty to the king and the gods. They believed that if they honored their pledges, their gods would grant them good fortune and a bountiful harvest in the coming year. This is arguably the earliest direct ancestor of our modern New Year's resolution. Part 2. The Romans. Promises to Janus. The idea of starting the year in January comes from the Romans. Originally, their year also began in March, but in 153 BC, they shifted the start of the year to January 1st to align with the assumption of office by their new consuls. This month was dedicated to Janus, the Roman god of beginnings, gates, transitions, and time. Janus was depicted with two faces, one looking forward and one looking backward, perfectly symbolizing reflection on the past and anticipation of the future. On January 1st, Romans would make promises to Janus. These often involved sacrificing and making resolutions for good conduct in the new year. They sought blessings from Janus to ensure a smooth transition and a prosperous future. The notion of a clean slate, a new beginning, was cemented with the figure of Janus. Part 3. Judaism, Repentance, and Renewal. Rosh Hashanah. The concept of a new year as a time for spiritual self-improvement is deeply ingrained in Judaism. Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, typically falls in September or October. It is not a party, but a period of profound introspection, prayer, and repentance. It marks the beginning of the 10 days of repentance, Yamim Noraim, culminating in Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. During this time, Jews reflect on their actions of the past year, seek forgiveness for their sins, and make resolutions to improve their conduct and draw closer to God in the coming year. This isn't about personal ambition, but about teshuvah, returning to God. The emphasis is on repairing relationships, seeking justice, and growing spiritually. It is a powerful community-wide resolution for moral and spiritual betterment. Part 4. Early Christianity, Penance and Purification. Early Christians largely adopted the Roman calendar, though their focus on January 1st was often less about resolutions and more about other religious observances, like the Feast of the Circumcision of Christ or simply another day in the Christmas season. However, the underlying spiritual principles of reflection and renewal were certainly present. Lent and Advent. Christians have periods of penance and self-improvement, like Lent before Easter or Advent before Christmas, where they resolve to give up bad habits or adopt good ones, much like a New Year's resolution, but tied to specific liturgical seasons. Confession and repentance. The broader Christian practice of confession and repentance is a continuous form of self-improvement aimed at aligning one's life with God's will. The new year provided a natural, additional opportunity for this. The secular New Year's resolution as we know it today, however, gained more prominence in Protestant contexts, aligning with themes of personal discipline and self-mastery. Conclusion. A universal quest for self-improvement. From Babylonian farmers promising their gods a bountiful harvest, to Roman citizens pledging good conduct to Janus, to Jewish communities seeking spiritual atonement, and Christians embracing a new start, the act of making New Year's resolutions is far from a modern fad. It is a timeless human impulse, deeply rooted in religious and cultural traditions across millennia. It reflects our innate desire for renewal, for a second chance, for a moment to pause, reflect on who we've been, and resolve to become better. Whether your resolution is to eat healthier or to draw closer to the divine, you are participating in a sacred and ancient ritual that unites humanity in a shared quest for self-improvement. And that is the religious history of New Year's resolutions. Unpacked. Welcome to Religion Unpacked. Subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss a new upload.